Because let's be honest, it's your first day, right? So you don't have a clue. And that's okay. You're not supposed to have all the answers on the first day, which is why it is very important that you listen more than you talk. Welcome to Mag TV, where we believe that transformation from manager to leader is such a crucial one, because true leaders, they change lives and they have such a profound effect on today's working environment. So today's episode is all about that first day on the job as a brand new manager. So if you are starting a new role as a manager and you have no idea what to do on that first day, or even if you are transitioning into the role of manager in the exact same company and you have no idea what to do, then I suggest you keep on watching, because the tips I'm going to be sharing today in today's video is helpful to either situation. So let's kick this mini lesson off with a quote. True leaders understand that leadership is not about them, but about those they serve. It is not about exalting themselves, but about lifting others up. Tip number one is to get in the right frame of mind. So I'm going to give you a little bit of advice that is totally counterintuitive and probably the opposite of what a lot of other people say. So instead of going in there and aiming to, show them why they chose you or to show off, what I want you to do is to focus outwards. So what I mean by that is I want you to focus on the team, on the operation, and the process rather on yourself. So here's the deal. You don't really have to go in there and show them, why they chose you in the first place, because naturally over time and with your approach, with your, abilities and with your skill set, they will see that anyways. And when you take a servant-like approach to everything that you do, then all your good work will be reflected back on you. So I want you to go in there with the right frame of mind, because that frame of mind will affect your entire day, the decisions you make. And it is a great foundation for the rest of the tips in this video. Tip number two is to listen more than you talk. Because let's be honest, it's your first day, right? So you don't have a clue. And that's okay. You're not supposed to have all the answers on the first day, which is why it is very important that you listen more than you talk. So you want to try to listen as intently as possible to not just what's being said, but what's not being said. And if people aren't really forthcoming with a whole lot of information, then you want to ask questions. Use questions to really draw them out and then listen to what they're saying. And do resist the urge to put your 2 cents in at this time, because this is really all about absorbing all the information that you possibly can. Tip number 3 is to learn everybody's name and use it. Now I know this sounds so simple, but it is so profound. Just think about it for a second. Put yourself in your team's shoes. Now, they are in a position where they have a brand new person who they don't know leading them. Think about how anxious this must make them feel. Wouldn't it make you feel anxious? So try to put them at ease and squash those nerves by building rapport with them. And we all know that the first step to building rapport with somebody is through learning and using their name. So try and be inquisitive, ask them questions about themselves, and use their name in the conversation. Tip number 4 is to take notes. Your first day, no doubt, is going to be super overwhelming. You're going to have a lot of information just flowing in that beautiful brain of yours, and it's going to be easily forgotten. So I suggest purchasing a notebook the day before and just jotting down the little notes that you can. Although I will warn against taking down notes in front of everybody. It might seem a little bit daunting that this new person or this new manager is coming in and taking notes. People might, start to make up stories in their head. So when you have a moment alone, maybe, I don't know, in your office or in a corner on lunch or something, jot down some important things that you're learning that you want to cycle back to later on. Tip number 5 is to try and take it all in without passing any judgment. Now, yes, you might be coming in with a wealth of knowledge and experience, but the truth of the matter is you don't really know or understand the landscape of the total situation yet. So just resist the urge to talk about, everything that you know that you maybe learned in school or the previous experience that you had in your own company, because you really want to use this time, especially on the first day, to just understand what's going on. And if you're doing the majority of the talking about yourself and your past experiences, then you're really not learning very much about what's going on, and that is going to be such a key to your success. Tip number 6 is to smile, and not in a disingenuous way. In a real way, I want you to wear that smile on your face proudly all day. Smiling will help relax you as well as your peers and teammates. It'll help them to see that you truly care, that you're engaged, and that you're approachable. So now that you have your first day on lock, I'm sure you're probably wondering, okay, Nikita, what's next? Well, do come back next week, because in next week's episode, I will be sharing some tips for you awesome sauce first-time managers out there. So don't forget to hit on the subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out on that one. Now, before I let you go, I have something very important to tell you, which is that on my website, nikitaandrews.com, you can find all the transcriptions for each episode that I do here. Now, the reason for that is because we just all learn differently. Some of us really enjoy the visual, and others just like reading a book. So for those of you that would prefer reading the episode or the show notes, you can actually go to my website, like I said, nikitaandrews.com, and you will find all the transcriptions for each and every episode there. Also, while you are on the website, I do suggest that you download your free New Manager Starter Kit. It is a free ebook that was designed with you in mind. It shares the foundations of getting started and transitioning into your role as smoothly as possible. As always, thank you so much for watching, and in the meantime, please do have a fantastic rest of the week, and don't forget to keep smiling. I'll see you in the next one.